हेलो बुरा हेलो। वेलकम टू स्टीम। सब लोगों के वेलकम टू स्टीम। भाई लाइक कर दो, नया यहाँ बन रहे हो तो सब्सक्राइब कर देना भाई। भाई आज के तो डुबनी आ गया ना। कौन को डुबनी को निकालेगा। बहुत ज्यादा लेट हो रहा है क्या है भाई साहब। तो जो जो बनना नया चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना, एक लाइक कर देना स्टीम को। इतना ज्यादा लेट कौन करता है रे भाई। नुनो কোথায়? ওয়েলকাম টু স্টিম ভাই। ব্রো ইউ ফ্যান্ট। ব্রো ইউ ফ্যান্ট।
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, someone I really like, Peter, is Lautaro Martinez. The graft, the energy, the dynamism, he's got all those properties we expect from South American forwards. And he's also someone who's quite happy to drop back, whether to receive the ball or to make up defensive numbers.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. He is through here! And here's Neymar. Serginho picks it up out wide. Martinez, looking for options for movement. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Argentina clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Serginho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Neymar, facing up to his adversary, has a shot! And that has kept the keeper on his toes.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Aimed beyond the defence. Crunching tackle. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Stood up well to him there. Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Kaká can see things others simply cannot.
Brazil truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, that's fabulous. McAllister did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And this is Adriano. Takes a shot! Messi looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Neymar. And the referee brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
He's going for goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Bruno Guimaraes. Eder Militao. Adriano is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Oh, that's superb.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Quarter of an hour into the second half.
Brazil really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Maradona is offering a wry smile there.
Now it's Batistuta. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Big chance! Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So that's 2 now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And it's Kaká. And this is Batistuta. Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, they can break here. And he's making progress on the ball. He's found a way through. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many...
It's Neymar! And here's the chance to counter. Maradona looking for a runner. Oh, this is a great position. Cleared without complication. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Brazil were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go.
गाइस रूबिनी का क्या निकालेगा हम? बोलो कमेंट करके बोलो तो रूबिनी का निकालेगा। भाई 200 पैक है ना। क्या गाइस रूबिनी का निकालेगा? 200 पैक है ना, इसलिए थोड़ा घबरा गया हो। मेरा पास ज्यादा स्ट्राइकर है, खोए पे पेटिस छूटा है, अभी निकालेगा इम्बापे का 06 वाला वो पैक है स्ट्राइकर, डेल पियारो है, एंटियारो एंटियारो है। क्या रूबिनी का निकालेगा? मेरे पास पैसा कम है ना, इसलिए सोच रहा हूँ कितना कॉइन निकालेगा। 5,000 बार निकलेगा। भाई नहीं नहीं, मैं इंडिया पर हूँ, इंडिया से हूँ, कोलकाता से हूँ, वेस्ट बंगाल। थैंक्स ब्रो। वेलकम टू स्टीम भाई। मैं कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ ना, तो वो बैक निकालेगा, ओपन करेगा कि नहीं करेगा। Is the Khoip good? Del Piero good. भाई स्ट्राइकर में गोल पोचात is the Del Piero Fox in the box कोई कौन good? कमेंट करो तो.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle and here we go. Tony Adams, now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Oh, good-looking ball. Van der Ven, looking to play him in, and the flag has stayed down. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now there's a fine ball. Chance, surely! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Xavi Alonso. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. No way through. Irwin is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. This looks promising. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Out towards the flank. Shoots! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's Yaya Toure. And this is Messi. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Now it's Cruyff. Kukçu. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance! And he's done it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game. And the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward. Xavi Alonso. And here's Batistuta. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Kukçu. Toure gets it clear. Davids wins the duel this time. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Kaka. And there's the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, they can break here. Dida claims comfortably.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Xavi Alonso. Liverpool appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're...
Goes for the shot! Ambitious, but just off target.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Arsenal are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
And here's Cruyff. Played out wide. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And it's Kaka. Kaka will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it. Arsenal truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem?
Messi! And that is doing no harm at all.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Threads one in. And the shot! Goal! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have...
And Cruyff! Oh, he's been caught napping. And he's there to belt it away. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Cruyff. Van der Ven with the clearance. Kaká. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Liverpool look. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Cruyff claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
Gianfranco Zola is special, always engaging to watch.
One of those players who just makes you smile.
Yeah, the little magician from Sardinia lives up to the name in every possible way. And speaking of size, he made small great with his weaving trickery and dribbling brilliance.
Arsenal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Zola goes short, and that's played in. And a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Piqué is offering a wry smile there.
Looking to play him in. Oh, important interception. Irwin. And the pass is intercepted. Messi. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Quarter of an hour played. And no, that was never going to make it. Big chance, corner. Up he goes! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Well, that has not gone well. Deftly away. Zanetti. Quality ball. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Rui Costa. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Now, can they get him away? Kaka. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Irwin. Looking for options for movement. Zola proves just a little bit too strong. Darren Fletcher. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Chance, surely! Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! And it's Bayer Leverkusen who take the lead. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And the half-time whistle goes. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And he's intervened well there. Plays a sharp little ball here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Van Dijk calmly anticipates. It's Rui Costa! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Bayer Leverkusen choosing to make the first change. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Donatoni. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Arsenal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And Messi! Really well taken goal. Arsenal are level. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Arsenal grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Tries to pass it through.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's Rui Costa. Piqué promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Kaká. Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to...
Great chance! Has another go! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Zola with the short one. There's the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
They've played it short. Fires Cruyff! Now, it's fallen kindly here. The last act of a game which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It is the dawn of yet another campaign in Spain, this proudest of footballing nations, which has produced some of the greatest clubs and teams in the history of the sport. Nigh on impossible not to get dragged into the excitement of all of this. Wherever your loyalties lie, rejoice and hang on for the ride. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, Jim, in Spain, of course, football means so much, and here it comes at us again.
Well, while this league has been known for a Madrid Catalan domination, I love the fact that there are so many attractive teams with all their own identities,
Welcome
Peter.
to Steve
Can they
efootball.
break that domination? I'm not so sure, but they'll give it a good try as always.
And we're underway. 3 points on day one. That's what they're both after. Oh, shooting chance! Superb goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
जो दबाना नया आया हो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना भाई।
Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's put everyone's minds at ease. Now they can focus on the...
Can he finish? They've scored! 2, and we've barely begun here. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And he's certainly onside here. Tries a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
A case now of complete control.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Pele, that's a risky ball, you've got to say. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rodri is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Takes a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar! And that's off target.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
Not getting to... Oh, they could be caught out here! Strokes it back. Played back. Yaya Toure. Van Dijk is the team's great visionary. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Rodri. Rodri touches it back. And here's Zola. And the shot! It goes to show he is human after all.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Bernal. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Piqué, always a very imposing presence at the back. Goes for the shot! No, not quite.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Van Dijk. Piqué. Schmeichel on a strong run down the right. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
So, for the first time this season, it's half-time. Madrid are cruising it at half-time, 3-0 ahead. So we're just settling back into this second half. Pelé. Rodri can so cleverly bypass the press. Irwin. Zola under intense pressure.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
And Piqué. Madrid 3 up and in almost complete control. Rodri. 60 minutes played. And it's Piqué. And he's played it back. Picked out brilliantly. And Messi! Oh, off the bar! Messi! From another planet! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Madrid are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Van Dijk. Irwin. Zola. Pau Kubasi stands tall and stands strong. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Piqué. Oh, he's burst through! And he stands tall, impenetrable. Irwin is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Yaya Toure. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Played backwards here. Pelé. And it's Rodri. Spread it left. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. And back it goes. Piqué. Madrid clearly now in lead preservation mode. Irwin. And claimed it back swiftly. Baresi. And it's Yaya Toure. And here's Messi. Chance for a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that is the last effort of the game. Madrid are able to make a statement on opening day. A win.
चलो गाइस रूम बना दिया, कौन कौन खेलेगा जल्दी आ जाओ। ठीक है भाई, चलिए जल्दी।
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world. And we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests to me, Peter, that they'll be playing quite a high line.
What makes you think that?
Well, because he's got all the qualities required to excel in such a system, because of his reading of the game, his vision, his technique, everything you need to spring a successful offside trap.
Can he get on the end of this? Zola, he's got away. Zola! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Zola has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that. Bernardo Silva really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And that is a little undercooked. Del Piero, he's onside, decent chance! So what can they make of this? Great vision, he's through here. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous.
And we have our very first corner. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Well read, nice interception. Still goalless at the moment. And here's Mbappe. Pedri. Chance for a shot! Oh, well played. Exemplary, that. Barcelona have their second corner now. Neymar with the short one. And they've got a throw. And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. 30 minutes gone.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Irwin is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Mbappe. Bernardo Silva. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Under an awful lot of pressure. Chance! Goal! Arsenal! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Driving forward. And here's Mbappe. No, that's been intercepted. Irwin. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Arsenal are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Davids pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Davids! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And here's Messi. No, again, there's no way through. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Now it's Pedri. Tries to play it through. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, important interception. And they've got rid. Van Dijk. Arsenal leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. And here's Mbappe, played out to the left flank. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Searching pass he's played there. While quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
No, he's had it taken off him. The less said about that pass, the better.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could
Iniesta gets across and deals with it. Into the last 5 minutes. Piqué. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And he's surging through.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Now it's Bojan. Now who's going to be first to this? Best.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And this is Pele. He's beaten the last man. And there goes the final whistle. Perfect result, perfect outcome, a test passed with flying colours. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. We're certainly...
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's away we go then. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed. And we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Beckenbauer, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Piqué cuts it out. Raul, and he welcomes it in.
This is the time you need that pace.
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Knocks it into space. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
That's been cut out, well played. Vermaelen is always looking to break lines. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Cafu carries the ball down the right, and it's Messi. Arsenal looking to pass their way through. Belletti. Mbappe. Well, that is one way to stop him. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Vermaelen. Now it's Mbappe. Zola. Mbappe. And here's Dembele. And he's had a hit. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He's having a good look here.
It's a very good position, this, and the right distance too.
Roberto Carlos! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Now it's Cruyff. That has been slung wide. Well, there is a look that says it all. A
Hello, bro.
piercing
Hello.
stare.
Welcome to Steam.
Encouraged the pass with
Hi,
an
Bolo.
intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
He won't be happy with that one. Mbappe! And it's half-time here. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Irwin. Oh, just skips past his man. And this is Messi. And he's running through. It's a foul. It's in the box. It's a penalty. Arsenal presented with a golden opportunity here. So the most significant moment of the game. Oh, he's missed!
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Now it's Raul. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's through here. Zola will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Zola really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise.
And Messi! It's in! And finally, he has breathed life into the game. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Cruyff being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Mbappe. Piqué goes sliding in. So nearly the perfect ball. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cruyff! And that would have been game, set and match.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the 2-goal cushion.
One-nil as we head towards the end.
Barcelona really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
He's gone for goal. Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Davids. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cruyff is on his own. Oh, good claim by the keeper.
Listen, in those...
And that will be it. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Hello, bro. Welcome to Steam. How are you?
Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And already we're underway here. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, when...
Conte! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Now that looks a decent ball. Mohamed Salah. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
I doubt very much. And the shot! They've done it! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured. It was simply inch perfect.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Arsenal couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Chelsea have reclaimed it, and that's a dangerous chance! And he hits the net! And the game is well and truly turned on its head! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Kaká, Cruyff. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cafu spots it and intercepts. Van Dijk. Yaya Touré. Now it's Cruyff. Zola touches it back. Zola. There's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Could be danger here! Oh, he's burst through! Shapes to shoot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
Chelsea with the corner. They're first. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well read, nice interception. And it's Conte. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And he's hit it long. We are into overtime. Pedri is onto this. Cruyff. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one. Just enjoy it.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. Everything you'd expect from Derby Day. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Applies the finish! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Pedri. Oh, this looks sharp.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Piqué gets across to intercept that. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he shoots! It's there! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
This is quite a battle.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
It could be in here. And a chance! Goal! Arsenal! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Arsenal take the lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And it's made its way to him.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
Yeah, the opposition have to come and chase it, so it might just allow a counter-attack or two.
Zola and Zola! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And that's that. Arsenal have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great. The potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much, and the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Serginho, now he is quick.
Rapid, Peter, absolutely rapid.
I suppose if there was such a thing as a model Brazilian fullback, he'd be pretty close to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you don't win all those honours at club and international level without doing something right.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Zola. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good ball, that too.
Piqué with the slide tackle there. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. First quarter of an hour gone. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And it's Zanetti. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Davids has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Albert Ferrer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, no joy this time. Zola. Looking to play him in. Looking for the run. Chance! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Arsenal penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. Now it's Cruyff. Spread it left. Cruyff. Out of play for a goal kick.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Messi! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Over to the left. And he's in on goal. There's the delivery. Climbs up big! And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Arsenal really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Arsenal can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
That's a pretty loose pass. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
The team still separated by the game's only goal. And here's Cruyff. Serginho spots it and intercepts. Tries to pass it through, and the pass is intercepted. Irwin? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Messi has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And this is Eto'o. It's Eto'o! That was superb goalkeeping.
Eto'o really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Yaya Toure. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. That is ended up in no man's land. Van Dijk. More and more pressure on the ball here. Cafu. Yaya Toure. Piqué. Arsenal leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Brilliantly cut out.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Oh no, what has happened here? Beckenbauer makes the interception. And the referee brings it to a close. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game. I think it shows great maturity on the part of the players, and it was, for me, well-deserved and well-earned.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.